welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you 50 random facts about me. I was originally going to be filming my Sephora VIB haul, but I got the half of my order that was shipped ground, but then the half that is shipped with their flash 2-day shipping hasn't even been shipped out yet. So I only have half the stuff I ordered. Can't really do a haul on half the things. I mean, I can, but it's not as exciting. So that video will have to wait until Sephora figures their stuff out. In the meantime, I spent the past 2 days compiling a list of 50 completely random facts about me. Let's get into this. Even though I was born in New York, my first language was Russian, and when I went to preschool, I didn't know how to say I need to use the bathroom, so I kind of had to potty dance in high hopes that my teacher understood that I'm like, please, I need to pee, but I don't know how to tell you that I need to pee. Please let me go to the bathroom. I don't speak English yet. I have over 80 beauty marks. I think the last time I tried to count, I got to 87. I can do a lot of party tricks, I think people would call them. I can twitch my eye. I can go cross-eyed and then cross one eye and move the other. I can twitch my nose like a bunny and also just one side. I can do a few things with my tongue. And I remember when I found out I could do this one, it was in this children's book of things about your body or something. And I remember there was a drawing of a kid doing this next one with their tongue. And I was in the back seat of the car. And I remember just kind of peeking up over my seat and looking into the rearview mirror and being huh, I can do the thing. So I can make a W with my tongue. I can do this with my pinky. I can't do it with this hand, but this hand, I wish you guys could, I love doing this and then telling the person that I'm showing to, do this to my finger. It freaks me out. I was on skis on the mountain before I could walk. I was 3 months old or something, and my dad was like, let's put her on the slope. Seems like really great parenting. I used to play tennis, actually, where they do the US Open, and I was pretty good at it, but for some reason there was one year where they decided to hold me back and not let me progress with the rest of the kids that were my age. And I'm not just saying this because it's me and I'm offended that they didn't let me go on, because I recently ran into one of my favorite coaches. He goes to my gym apparently, and he recognized me even though he hadn't seen me in over 10 years, and he remembered how good I was at tennis, and he gave me his card and he was like, hey, if you ever want to play for my team, come. So I was good at tennis, and they just didn't let me go on with my class, so I ended up just quitting. So I could have been the next Maria Sharapova, but instead I just quit. So there went that. My favorite type of pizza is Sicilian, and not just Sicilian pizza, but the corner. I can only roll my R's on this side of my tongue. If I try to move the rolling onto this side, I can't do it. It stops doing the rolling thing. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue. It doesn't work. If I had to choose my last meal, it would be this pancake that I got at Montauk. I will insert a photo of it right here because it's just beautiful. It was a pancake bigger than my head, and they rolled it up and filled it with cannoli cream and fresh Montauk strawberries, and I think there was chocolate sauce on it and whipped cream, and oh my god, that was the most delicious thing I have ever eaten, and I dream about it to this day. I've always been super bossy and always a leader in situations and not a follower. You would see me on the playground as a little kid wagging my finger at kids, telling them not to do things, and in group projects I always ended up as the leader. Even if I was originally not the leader, I just feel they wouldn't be doing as good a job as I could be doing, and I would take over. My own best friend jokes that she was afraid to not be my friend because I was so bossy. I think she's joking. I hope she's joking. Even though I am super bossy and super thick-skinned, I was bullied during my school career. It was probably at its worst in middle school, and it did suck, but I feel like it made me into the badass that I am today. And to be honest, the people that picked on me back then are so nice to me now, and I'm like, you were real mean to me back in the day. We can't be friends. I have issues falling asleep. It'll be 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm still awake, the sun's coming up, I'm still up, I can't fall asleep. But once I'm asleep, I can sleep for 15 plus hours, no problem. The house could be burning down, I won't hear it. The sun will have come up and gone back down. The world can be ending. I'm gonna sleep like a bear, just nothing can wake me. I am left-handed. I still play The Sims and Pokemon. Who else is excited for Sun and Moon? Oh my god. I prefer chocolate over candy. When my parents were brainstorming names for me, my father suggested Elektrastanza, which means electrical station. I'm pretty sure he was joking, but I'm still kind of thankful my mom was like, no, we're not naming our daughter Elektrastanza. When I was 15, I went on a ski trip with 2 of my friends, and one of my friends and I decided to swap gear because we were both a size 8 foot, and I use ski blades, which are skis that are just barely bigger than your feet, and she uses a snowboard. I've never snowboarded in my life, she's never skied in her life. We thought it'd be a really good idea to swap gear, so we switched gear and we went on the bunny slope, which was like this much of an incline, if even, and I ended up falling like multiple times in a row. Like I'd just get up and I'd fall, and I ended up totally breaking my tailbone, and I had a bruise on my butt like the size of my hand, and to this day I can't stay seated for more than like half an hour without getting up to kind of readjust, especially if it's a hard seat, because my tailbone hurts. Which leads me into me being the biggest klutz in the world, and I'm sure that if you've watched any of my videos, especially a vlog where you can see me going about my life, I fall all the time, I trip all the time, I drop things all the time. I'm just the world's biggest klutz. It's just... I have a glass menagerie and I collect pins as well. When I was younger, I wanted to be a vet, but then I realized that that also includes the not cute puppies and kittens side of things, like the sad parts, and I don't think I could handle that. I am my most comfortable in extra large t-shirts with preferably a wolf on them from the mountain. I've just been wearing extra large animal t-shirts for as long as I can remember. Related to animals, I'm strangely obsessed with deer decor. Like I was just at Home Goods yesterday and I saw these like wall mounts of deers, and I have antlers that are like spray painted gold up there, and I bought these like antler curtain holders for curtains that I don't even have yet, but I have them, and I feel like my house, when I have a full house to myself, is going to be covered in the weirdest, most random little tchotchkes, while also still like pretty modern looking, but it's gonna have like all these little like quirky accents that are super weird, but whatever. It's gonna make me happy. And another animal related one, I love frogs, and when I was younger we would go to the county fair and they would have frog races. Now I didn't have like a pet frog, so the morning that we would be going to the county fair I would go out into the woods and find like a forest frog, take it in a little container, go to the county fair and participate in the frog race. If you've never seen a frog race before, which I really wouldn't be surprised if you haven't, everyone lines up their little frogs behind the starting line, and when they say go, you let them go and you tap the ground behind them to make them leap forward to the finish line. And I remember one year, Froggy and I beat out this monster toad next to me and we came in first place. My little Froggy, he was literally like this big. There's a photo of me holding him somewhere and you can't even tell that I'm holding him. It's just me smiling with my hands in front of me like this, and there's like a little tiny frog face, and I think I'm holding like the first place ribbon. I've got it somewhere in my room. Very proud moment for Froggy and I, but you know, I let Froggy back out to his natural habitat later that day, and maybe he like bragged to his little family. Who knows what he did once I let him go. I went on my first roller coaster ride, I think it was 3 years ago now, and I didn't like it. The week after I went on roller coasters, I actually got into like this crazy car accident where a Jeep flipped over and we ended up like, the car ended up upside down, and if I hadn't been wearing my seatbelt it probably would have been so much worse. But that's a reminder to everyone out there, wear your seatbelts. They're there for a reason. I ended up with just a bunch of bruises. I was fine other than that. But if I hadn't been on roller coasters the week before, I probably would have freaked out a lot more because it felt a lot like just being on a roller coaster, but in a car. The first song that I enjoyed on the radio, other than like Britney Spears, was Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani. My first concert was a Z100 Zootopia, and I got to hear Katy Perry before she got famous, and she really needs that auto-tune because she was singing, I think it was I Kissed a Girl, and it was not good. I got to see the Jonas Brothers, and I think Demi Lovato was there, and I don't remember who else, possibly Justin Timberlake? No, I think he was at the Gwen Stefani concert that I went to like later that year. I don't remember. It was just a whole bunch of artists right around Christmas time, so that was my first concert. I know I said that I'm a major klutz, but I walk perfectly in heels. When I first started wearing heels, my mom and grandma made me walk up and down the hallway to make sure that I didn't look stupid while I walked in heels. I hate food that is the wrong temperature, like cold pizza. I use a MacBook and other Apple products, but when it comes to my phone, I'm only Android. I would never have an iPhone. Vomiting freaks me out, and up until recently, I couldn't burp. I still can't burp on command. Even when I was little, I have this very vivid memory of like the first time that I really threw up, and it was when I had a stomach virus and I had just eaten a bunch of strawberries. So I threw up red, and I thought that it was blood, and I thought I was dying, and it was just this terrifying experience. So I've never been one to puke. I like remember swine flu? I'm pretty sure that I had it because pretty much my entire school got swine flu. I spent about a week at home super sick, and that was when I binge watched 2 or 3 seasons of True Blood and got super hooked on that TV show. I only got my driver's license at the age of 21, and that stems into I'm a massive procrastinator. I could have had my license at like 17 or 18 here, and I just didn't. I will always put things off until the very last minute, but I still do them really well when I do. I just, until it's necessary, I'm not doing it. I think veins are so cool. When I was younger, I would just like poke my dad or my grandma's hands and like watch the vein move. And now that I have some, I'll sit here and I'll poke my own hands like, whoa, veins are so trippy. It's so weird. Please tell me I'm not the only one. My favorite flavor of candy is blue raspberry. I hate physical contact, like hugs and stuff like that. Unless it's my boyfriend, I really like, I'll tense up if somebody wants to hug me. I'm like, okay, we're hugging. I'm not a hugger. It's just not in me. I've always wanted to have puppies more than I've wanted children. I'm a massive overpacker. I am packing a bag for a 3-day trip, and I've got enough clothes for at least a week in there, mostly because I feel like it's my photographer brain, and I'm like, oh my god, what if I want to take a picture in this outfit? I need to take it with me. Granted, I'm probably not, and I'm gonna end up wearing 3 of those outfits. I need the options. I need them. I can't not have them. I am literally addicted to coffee. I wish I wasn't, and some days I forget that I am, and I won't have coffee in the morning, and then a few hours later, I'm like, why is my head pounding? Why do I feel like I'm gonna faint? I'm so cranky. Oh, I didn't have even a sip of coffee this morning. I'm going through withdrawal. Great. Now I need to go find coffee before I explode. I love flavorless foods like saltine crackers, plain white rice. I used to eat pasta with nothing on it, not even butter. Rice cakes are amazing. Matzah. You can give me cardboard, I'll probably eat it. It's so weird. I have arachnophobia and pretty much any little creepy crawly bug. I cannot. I will scream and cry and I can't do it. I also have brumotactilophobia, which is a very fancy word that I found through Google for a fear of my food touching that is not meant to touch. I can deal with a salad, but if my salad touches my chicken, I will not eat that piece of salad that touched the chicken because it's been contaminated by the chicken. Those like cafeteria plates or like baby plates where you can section food off, I need those. I need those all the time. They would make me so much happier with my food. I also have misophonia, which is a fun word for I can't stand people chewing or making weird mouth sounds or breathing sounds or shaking, when people shake their foot out of nerves, and just the sounds of people just popping gum, cracking gum, humming to themselves. All those sounds just drive me nuts. It is, thinking about it, you can see that I'm so uncomfortable. I'm a very aggressive sleeper. During sleepovers, nobody would ever want to share the bed with me. If I was going on a family trip, I would usually end up in one of the hotel beds on my own while everyone else crammed into the other, because I will punch and I will kick you all night long. My boyfriend constantly complains that I am a blanket hog and I take up the entire bed and I punch and kick him off the bed. And when I'm waking up for work or something and I ignore my alarms, my family will hear that I'm not waking up. They used to come in and tap on me to try to get me to wake up. Now, they just throw pillows from the doorway because I will swing and I will kick Like, don't come near me, I'm sleeping. What do you want from me? And another sleep fact, I always need like a fan or an air conditioner on. I can't sleep if it's silent. I talk and I type ridiculously fast. I feel like I tone down the speed of my talking for my videos. In real life, I talk a mile a minute, and when I'm typing, I've had people comment on how fast that I just type words. I hate turtlenecks and chokers and things that go on your neck. The closest I'll come is maybe a neckline a little bit higher than this. Otherwise, I feel like it's choking me and it's just so uncomfortable, and I'm like peeling it away from my neck. Like, get away, I can't do this. I didn't have my ears pierced until I was 12 or so. My dad didn't let my mom get them pierced when I was younger because he said it's my body, my choice, and I did want them pierced, but I was too chicken to do it. So about a week before possibly my 12th birthday, my mom said, if you don't get your ears pierced today, no birthday party for you. And I know she wasn't serious, but we walked into Claire's and I got my first ear piercings, and then I ended up with 8 holes in my ears. Oops. I have traveled to 22 of the 50 states. And finally, I have a horrible memory. It is why I do photography. I can look at a picture of a leaf from 7 years ago, and I can remember the entire day just from a picture of a leaf. But without that picture of that leaf, I don't remember anything at all. My memory is horrendous, and photography helps me with that. Okay, so that was 50 totally random facts about me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave this video a nice big thumbs up for me. In the comment section down below, I would love it if you guys left me a couple of random facts about yourselves. If you guys would like to keep up with me on all of my social media platforms, I will have links to them all in the description box down below. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you totally should. I post new videos every Tuesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! You're gonna have a plan A, and then you're gonna have a plan B, and a plan C. Then you're gonna be doing plan E, skip D, and then you realize that plan E can't work anymore and you're back to C,